So I'm really happy to be here. I will say in other years when we had to wait because the approvals didn't come, I got my other vaccine because I didn't want to be out there with months and months and months and not being vaccinated. Now we're able to do this at the same time, and I'm really excited about it. I want to thank Kristen for everything you did with this. This is really important. I want to thank John Dorsey from the governor's office. Our county health officer, Keisha Davis, was behind me, is behind me. Ta-da. And I want to thank all the staff for being here. This is important for us. It's a show of support amongst all of us here about the importance of the COVID vaccination. And Kristen hit on it. The vaccination I'm going to get today is from Novavax. It's a local company, and the vaccine is different from others. And that's something that's worth noting because throughout COVID, as long as the only vaccines on the market were the mRNAs, there were a lot of people who would not get it because it was not produced the traditional way. It's as effective as things that are mRNA vaccines, so it works. But people refuse to take the mRNAs, and we need people to get vaccinated. So this vaccine offers an alternative for all those people who said, I would do it if it wasn't an mRNA vaccine. You've got it. This is the opportunity to get it this year, and we want people to make sure they do get vaccinated. All the stuff that Kristen talked about long-term health impacts are real. One of the things that, I think trying to dispel concerns that people have about why isn't this one and done? Because I think we grew up with vaccines that were one and done. You got your polio shots. You weren't back every year with the polio shot. You got a measles, you got mumps. I think there was the third one, we got chicken pox. We got rubella.
Yeah, you didn't get chicken pox.
I didn't get. So whatever we got, but everybody thought it was one and done. Some of them later in life, people are bringing us back and say you need a booster. But the one and done was a mentality, and when the COVID came out, the viruses mutate very rapidly. In fact, at any given time, there are multiple viruses circulating in the population, and the mutation ability gives them the ability to evade some of the benefits of vaccinations, which means the vaccines have to keep getting updated. Some people like to categorize that as a failure of the vaccine. It is just the nature of the vaccine that we have dealing with the virus that we're dealing with. This is not polio, obviously. We're not going back every year and having to get a different polio vaccine. So I'm excited that this is out there. We want people to know this is safe. It's hard to believe that 4 years ago there was not a COVID-19 vaccine, but thanks to the federal government and massive amount of money the federal government put into research, we were able to develop the vaccine very quickly. I got my first shot March 20th, 2021. And nearly 4 years later, we're still talking about the importance of getting vaccinated. So it's real, it makes a difference. You can still see when we do our briefings or we talk about COVID, you'll see that this is still out there. People are still going to hospitals. There are still people dying. This is much worse than the flu. So it's, people are like, well, it's just another flu and it's kind of got more flu-like symptoms. If you're not vaccinated, this is not the flu. And this is worse than that. So we encourage people to get vaccinated. I'm happy that I'm getting it done today. So please, get your shot. COVID isn't gone, and people are still dying. And I will happily put my arm out and get my shot. If I look away from the needle, I do this. And you catch me in a picture I do this all the time. So when I go to Kaiser and I get a blood draw or whether I get a shot, I am looking in the other direction. That's just me and my phobia. It is not like it's just painful. But anyway, thank you all very much.
Immunize! Great. Great.